Yo guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. So today I am gonna fit the bucket seats into the Mazda MX5. So welcome back guys, sorry if there's a bit of background noise. There's I think they're cutting grass at the other side of the houses, but yeah, today I am gonna fit the bucket seats into the MX5, hopefully. So the seats are actually on Mark 1 rails, so they came out of a Unos Roadster. Yeah, the sliders are for a Mark 1, but there's these brackets that I'm hoping that are just they're basically just brackets that have got holes drilled, and then the original rails are just bolted to the bottom of it. So I'm hoping I can take my Mark 2 seats out and bolt the rails to these plates, or if not, even just re-drill the holes and bolt them up somehow. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna first pull the seats out of the MX5, and then I'll start on the driver's side. Then we'll get it out and see what needs to be done to make them fit inside. I was originally planning on just buying some low rails for it, but because it's got these on, I thought I'd try these first and see how it fits. And if I still think I want to sit a little bit lower, then I'll buy the lower rails after that. Because obviously this is just going to sit on the factory mounting points, whereas the low rails, the bottom of the seat would actually be sat on the floor down here. So it would give me like another 2 inches of give me like 2 inches lower seat in position. So we'll get them in anyway, and we'll see how they fit and go from there. So original seats are super easy to get out. So you just want to slide it forward, and then you've just got a bolt holding that rail, and then a bolt holding this rail. You just need a 14mm socket for them, so I'll quickly whip them out, and then there's just 2 bolts at the front as well. I've taken the back 2 out, and then if you just slide the seat all the way to the back again, there's just a bolt in the floor there and a bolt in the floor there. So we'll take those 2 out, and then the whole seat should just lift. So that is the seat out. There's just a wire plugged into the bottom, so just watch out for that. And yeah, I found a selection of sweets. Got some fruitellas or stout. Oh god, that's soft, that's minging. Yeah, got like an old licorice lace there. Yeah, that's pretty gross. I'm gonna go and get some latex gloves out the garage and try and clean that out a bit. I think I'm probably gonna have to take the bucket seat back out at some point and give it a good hoover in here, because that is rank. So that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. I've just chucked the seat straight in, and it turns out the seat rails are exactly the same between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 MX5s. I wasn't sure if they were, because a lot of the seat rails, like the aftermarket bucket seat rails that I looked at, they listed them for differently for the Mark 1 and the Mark 2, so I thought that they might be slightly different, but they seem to just line straight up. So yeah, I'm just going to bolt it back in the same way it came out. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly whip the seat out, and I'm going to attach the seatbelt buckle to the side of the seat. So I'm just going to take that off, and then we'll attach it to this point on the other side, so that I can still use the seatbelt for now. I have got a Takata harness out of my old Micra to go in, but you need a harness bar to install them in the safely in the MX5. So until I get a harness bar, I'm just going to run the seatbelt for now. So yeah, I'll just quickly whip this seat back out and put the seatbelt buckle in so that I can still use the seatbelt, and then we'll get the seat bolted all back up. So I've got the buckle on now. I've just spaced it out with a few washers just to bring it away from the seat a little bit, and then I had to just bend the bracket a little bit, so I've just pulled it out of the top just so that I can get the seat belt in a bit easier without it touching the side of the seat. It still has the wire on the seat belt for yeah, for the seat belt light, so you can just run that back under and yeah, plug it back in. So I'm going to do that for now until we get the harness in it. But yeah, let's chuck the seat back in now. So there we go, there's one in. Seatbelt's just down there, so there's plenty of room to get the seatbelt in and out. Only issue is you kind of have to put the seat forward to get the seat belt in the right position, because yeah, it doesn't come over the seat otherwise. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to have the seatbelt in it forever. So I'm hopefully going to get a harness bar, and then I've got a almost new set of Takata harnesses that I bought for my Micra, and I used them like for one track day and then never bothered with them again since. So yeah, I've got those to go in. I just need to obviously buy a harness bar so that I can install them properly. So yeah, that's one seat in. I'm gonna spin the car around now and we'll get the other seat in. So not as disgusting as the other side, thankfully. Just some random bits and pieces. Yeah, so get rid of those. There's a bit of popcorn chicken from the other night that Sarah dropped down the back of the seat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take these seats back out at some point and give them a good hoover underneath, because it's pretty rank. There's loads of dog hair everywhere as well. Cool, so we'll chuck the bucket seat back in now. I'm just gonna do the same again and attach the seat belt to the side. Yeah, and then chuck the seat back in. Yeah, so that's the seats in. I just want to say thanks to Meeks from Jap Junk for tagging me in them, because I wouldn't have seen them otherwise. They were super cheap, which is exactly what I wanted. And yeah, they're in, but I don't think it's actually made any difference to the seating position. I think with them being on the standard rails, the seating position is pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, it hasn't made a lot of difference. So I've just actually ordered a lower seat rail from a company called Cybul from Poland, which will allow me to like basically mount it straight on the floor, because yeah, like I say, it hasn't made any difference to the seating position. The height's pretty much the same, but it has created this huge gap around the back, which I didn't have before. The back of the seat was literally touching the back. So if I get the seat rail, I should be able to put the seat like an extra 3 inches back, and then the base of the seat should drop like 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So that should, yeah, make a huge difference. Yeah, so hopefully once when the seat rail arrives, I'll get that straight in, and maybe even try and get the harness bar at the same time, so we can do the seat and the harness at the same time. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.